The Survival Hunter is perhaps the best DPS in all of Cataclysm, and some of these talents are gonna really make you think what kind of paint thinner were those guys smoking. So in Survival you get Explosive Shot. This is gonna be a huge part of your rotation. It is really good damage right there, you always wanna get it. And then of course we're getting into the Wilderness, you get 10% agility. This is very important. That 10% return is what changes how everything in your class works actually. And your mastery is magical damage. You get more magical damage. Things like Serpent Sting. It is good, but it is not great. You're probably not gonna want mastery. Okay, so the talents are gonna be the following. We're gonna take first of all Serpent Sting. Serpent Sting is a lot of damage. Of course we're gonna do more damage. We're gonna take 3 points in Patting. That's for haste. We wanna hit a certain haste threshold, so that's very important. We're gonna take down here, we're gonna take 2 points in Hunter versus Wild. I think that's a National Geographic reference, you know, that Man vs. Wild show. I don't know. Okay, then we're gonna take 3 points here in Trap Mastery, because we are gonna use traps in our rotation when we can. Traps are free damage and utility, of course. As a matter of fact, in tier 11 there is, at least to my knowledge that I can come up on my head here, 3 fights where you're gonna need one of these traps to slow down ads. So yeah, you need a hunter in the raid. Then we're gonna take Lock and Load here. Lock and Load is amazing, okay? Because you can get 2 explosive shots for free in a row. So you can do 3 explosive shots actually. It says 2, but it's actually 3 because it doesn't trigger the cooldown, right? Amazing talent, is gonna do a lot of damage. We're gonna take 3 points here in Triloder Hunt because that's gonna give us more focus. And we're gonna take 2 points in TNT and Dynamite because that's gonna give us another chance to trigger Lock and Load. That's really, really good. We're gonna take 3 points here in Resourcefulness because that's gonna reduce the cooldowns of Black Arrow. Black Arrow is a part of our rotation. And we're gonna take right here Wyvern Sting. Okay, Wyvern Sting is more of a utility. You need it for later. You don't really use it, honestly, but you're gonna need it for later. So then we're gonna go here and we're gonna take Noxious Stings because that's gonna give you more damage. Damage good. We're gonna take right here Hunting Party because it's gonna give you 2% more agility and it is a buff for the raid of 10% attack speed, and you want 10% attack speed for the raid. That's an insane buff. So as you can see right here, you get 10% extra agility from your mastery, and then on top of that, now you get 2% on top of that. So you get, what is it? 12.2% free agility. That's why agility is so good on survival. Of course, we're gonna go take here. We are gonna take 2 points in Toxicology because that's more damage for Serpent Sting and Black Arrow. Those are a lot of your damage. And remember, your mastery, even though you're not gonna stack mastery, it increases damage, so it will scale. We're gonna take 1 point here in Serpent Spread because that is also gonna spread your Serpent Sting. And we're not gonna take 2 points because it only increases the duration, okay? You just want 1 so you can spread it later. That's pretty much it. We're gonna take 3 points in Sniper Training because that's gonna give you more Critical Strike. Of course, Critical Strike is amazing. And when you stand steady, you're gonna do more damage. And yeah, I like not moving. I like not doing stuff. So yeah, that's good. And finally, the Keystone talent is gonna be Black Arrow. It is a really strong dot and it is magic damage, so it is multiplied by mastery. Amazing ability. Now we're gonna take all the good range talents from Marksmanship, which are go for the throat. You're gonna get more focus. You're gonna get efficiency to get your abilities a little more cheaper, and we're gonna take 2 points in Psychen because that's gonna be free focus for your pet. That's amazing. And we got 3 points left here. We're gonna go spend them on One with Nature. That's gonna give us just more attack power on the aspect of the hawk, so that's really good. We need attack power. Your glyphs are gonna be, first of all, you're gonna be your prime glyphs Arcane Shot. Arcane Shot is part of your rotation. We're gonna take Explosive Shot. That's your biggest part of your rotation, is the most damage. Of course, we wanna buff it up a little bit. And we are also gonna take Kill Shot. Kill Shot is your execute, and it is gonna not have a cooldown when you're doing execute, so you can spam this thing to heck. And that's a lot of your damage, okay? Hunters are, Survival Hunter in particular, is one of the best executors in the game, okay? The only one that can beat them is a Warrior, because the Warrior is so busted. And as you guys know, in tier 11 there is a lot of DPS checks on the last 20%, 30% of a boss's HP, so being able to be a good executor is disproportionately very valuable, because that's when you really need the DPS. Now, your major glyphs are all kinda freaking useless, not gonna lie to you guys. You can take Trap Launcher, that's the only one that you should really take. Trap Launcher is very important. You're gonna be using traps whenever you need to, and of course. But the other two glyphs, you can take whatever the heck you want. There is nothing good here, okay? You can take Ice Trap, I guess, being able to slow in a bigger range. As I said, there's a lot of kiting fights in Cataclysm, especially tier 11, so this might help. And there is also the Glyph of Mending. I like this one, people do not like this one. But I came to learn that when you get in a bad raid where the healers do not feel like healing your pet, and that happens very often, healers kinda forget about the pet, being able to mend it a little faster usually helps. Finally, you can get the Glyph of Feign Death here. You're gonna be able to feign out of a lot of problems. You're gonna be able to lose aggro, stuff like that. We're gonna take, I don't know, aspect of the pack and revive pet. Those are the only ones that look kinda useful, I guess. Your stat priority is gonna be, first of all, agility, not only because you get that 12% extra agility for free, but because agility is crit and attack power at the same time. It is double value. Then you're gonna get 8% hit cap, of course, you gotta get your hit cap, and after that comes your haste cap, okay? Super important that you get about 20% haste with full buffs, okay? If you get 20%, it's 20.5 or something like that, you're gonna be able to do Cobra shots on 1.66 seconds. It is very important that you get that, because that way you're gonna be able to sneak 3 Cobra shots in one explosive shot, and that's how you can do explosive shot, Cobra shot, Cobra shot, Cobra shot, explosive shot, and that's gonna increase your damage a lot, okay? Super important that you get your haste cap. You get really no benefit after pushing beyond it. You get a little, it's not terrible like other classes, but yeah, just get your haste cap and do not bother with it. And then we go for crit, okay? Once you get your haste cap, crit is amazing. Finally, I guess mastery is there. Mastery is pretty useless. It only increases your magical damage. It's not good. It's not good at all. So for reforging, okay, first of all, you want to make sure that you get your haste cap, okay? And once you get your haste cap, all the other stats that you got left over, you turn them into crit. Of course, for a pet, you want to take a ferocity pet because they do the most damage, but you should take whatever pet you need the buff for the party, okay? Thankfully, as a survival hunter, you just right-click all the pet abilities, including Call of the Wild even, and you're 90% of the way there. I mean, if you want to time Call of the Wild to get a little bit more value of it when you do rapid fire, you can do it, you absolutely should, but I don't. It's fine, it's the same. Let's go over your rotation. First of all, you want to keep aspect of the Hawk for yourself. That's a lot of attack power right there that you gotta keep on you. And you want to keep Hunter's Mark and Serpent's Sting on the boss too. After that, the rotation is a little more complex than other classes, okay? First of all, you want to do Explosive Shot on cooldown because that's your biggest damage. And you want to throw 3 Cobra shots in between because provided you got your haste values, you're going to be able to do 3 in between every explosive shot. It is a 6-second cooldown. Remember, you got lock and load. You can proc 2 free explosive shots. So you can do 3 explosive shots in a row. That's insane when that happens. But now, in between those, you got to replace your Cobra shot with a black arrow every 20 seconds. That's your dot. You got to refresh it too. It does a lot of damage, and when you reach the execute phase, you are basically gonna spam kill shot in between every explosive shot as much as your focus allows. Of course, when you run out of focus, you can do Cobra shot to get more focus. But again, okay, it doesn't end there, because if you're floating extra focus, because Cobra shot generates focus, you get a lot of focus on this spec. What you're gonna have to do is dump the excess focus with an arcane shot in between. Instead of a Cobra shot, you do arcane shot. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. Yep, this rotation pretty much sucks. That's why I made this flowchart that you can take a look at here to understand it a little better. Your AOE rotation, on the other hand, is very simple because if you want to throw explosive traps, of course, and spam multi-shot, and that's pretty much it, okay? It is super simple, that's the only easy part you got. The gem section of this video is gonna sound a little familiar here because your red gem is gonna be the agility gem, your yellow gem is gonna be the red agility gem, and your blue gem is gonna be the red agility gem. I got paid off by the red agility gem lobby. I wouldn't mess with those guys, they are very powerful. Subscribe, leave a like, join the Discord, and thank you for watching.